no matter where I'm going, there's never been a moment that I was not loved by you.
Hello, welcome to A Moment of Faith. My name is Pastor Tim Laurito from Faith Tabernacle Assembly of God, and just want to invite you to hear what maybe God would speak to you today. I want to talk to you about faith and what that is. Hebrews chapter 11, verse number 1 tells us, it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." We live in a day and age where faith is mocked, where those who would be intellectual would tell you that faith is just a fantasy. But Hebrews tells us, the writer of Hebrews tells us that faith has substance. There's something real to it. And that's because faith is in believing in God, because God is real. And He is the same yesterday, today, and forever, and He will not fail. And because He is faithful, our faith in Him has true and living substance to it. I'm reminded of in Mark chapter 9, this father brings his son to Jesus. He had already brought his son to the disciples to try to get them to help him, but unfortunately they couldn't help him. And so he brings his son to Jesus. His son was possessed of a devil. And Jesus tells this man, he says, if thou can believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. And I love the transparency and the realness of this man standing before the great I am, God. He says, Lord, I believe, but help my unbelief. And isn't that like a lot of us? Maybe even today you feel that, God, I want to believe you in this situation that I'm facing, but there's a lot of things that would cause me not to believe. I think sometimes that we feel like we have to have 100% faith and zero doubt in order to act as we should. But really what faith is acting in the midst of unbelief, acting in the midst of doubt and fear, and saying, no, I choose to believe what God has said. There's many things that I could believe. I could believe what the world says. I could believe what some friends say. I could believe what politicians say and all these other sources. But I choose to believe what you've said in your word and what you say about me. What are you praying about today that you just need to keep praying about? You've prayed about it many times, but you just need faith again to believe. What is it that you're facing today that you say, God, I need a fresh touch of faith today? I encourage you to be like that father and say, Lord, I believe, help my unbelief. And I tell you, just as Jesus did with that man, He will help your unbelief, and He will help you today because He is a faithful God.
'Cause no matter where I'm going, there's never